Right, so I may not get videos all uploaded today, but I'm gonna do a few videos here. We're gonna continue to talk about wool stuff. All right. So one of the other videos, I said, hey, if you guys got some links, drop them. You got links for stuff that you like, etc. Drop them to me, and I'll discuss them. So I did have a viewer from Ontario, Canada, drop me some links. Much appreciated. A lot of the links I already knew about, those products. It's just we don't have all the time in the world to discuss every product on the planet here on the channel. At least I don't. But I knew most of them. I'm going to talk about those links. Maybe not in this video, maybe in the next video. But the links will be brought up. But first I want to talk about stuff that I wear and the reason why I wear it versus others and so on, and all that sort of thing. So anyway, I figured I'd go ahead and get dressed in a few things for you this morning. Right now I'm wearing a wool underwear top. Okay, this is 80% wool. It's like a waffle knit. And it's not made anymore, so I'm not going to bother talking about it other than that. I have other long underwear that I use, but the long underwear that I will recommend from now on this channel is always going to be Brynje of Norway. Okay, which I talked about that in the mesh underwear. If it's gonna be for serious business, that's the underwear you want. Brynje of Norway. It's the mesh underwear. I used to have it myself, but then I got older and larger, which a lot of us guys do as we get older. I never wore it out. I gave it away to one of my brothers who's smaller than me. So, but for the past many years, I've worn just regular old underwear like everybody else, right? Wool underwear. A lot of people convert it over to polypropylene or polypropylene, however you want to call it, but I don't prefer that. Matter of fact, right now I'm hot, so this is like the base of what I've got on. I'm hot, okay, in here. It's like it's like 25 degrees Fahrenheit right now outside. In this house, there's no insulation in the walls. There's only some insulation, I think, in the attic space up there, which is a walk around. You can walk around. You can climb stairs and go up there. And then there's some really nasty insulation between the cellar and the ground floor there. But that's it. There's nothing else. Anyway, I'm hot. I've got these wool trousers on. I have some basic underwear on under these. So as you know, I modified these. I've had these for decades. So I used to be able to button these completely in the front when I was about 50 pounds lighter and smaller. So instead of trying to lose all that weight, which a lot of older guys cannot do anyway, I went ahead and I made this triangular piece that you see here. I talked about it in another video. And I transferred all of these buttons from this original side here. I took all of them off. I marked where they were. and then I just remarked them over here, and then I sewed those all back on by hand with Coats upholstery thread, and then I can button them. Now when you got to go to the bathroom, it's not a fast thing. So in something like this, if you feel like you're going to have to relieve yourself, you need to start early. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't say, "Oh, I'll get to it." No. You say, "Well, you know what? I gotta do this. Start doing this now, so that when it really becomes an issue, you know, you can handle it that way." So then I've got this strap. I originally made this strap for cinching down large bulky items to the rucksack and whatnot. I turn around and I made it into my belt. Okay, so I got it set up here. I got the tail end run back over here, but I've got it set up to where I could just hold it here and then just start cinching it up. Okay, it doesn't have to be super tight, it just has to be over your hips, and it has to be tight enough to where they don't fall down, right? So why do I have this doubled back here? That's so it locks it off, because this is a ladder lock buckle. It locks it off, and then it won't slit, it won't come loose. Okay, so ladder lock buckle makes it to where it doesn't come loose, and then I could go ahead and just stick that in my pocket if I want, right? Or I could just let it hang off in the space. So now I got the wool trousers on. These wool trousers are 82 years old. 83 years old. Now they're 83 years old. Changed a year. Right. So what I did was I went ahead this morning and I divided a lot of stuff up into these groups, okay? And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you the things that I recommend for these groups. And I'm giving and I don't have everything on here, but I'm just going to say, well, you know, I know from other people's experience that this is good product, or it may come down to your finances, okay, and availability. Finances and availability, I'm factoring into this little chart here, and we will discuss this. So, you know, I have made a couple of videos where I'm ranting basically about modern wool coats, which includes the Filson and Stormy Cromer. Stormy Cromer, they say that they're 26-ounce Mackinaw wool, the double Mackinaw. They say it's 26-ounce Mackinaw wool that they're making them out of. But I haven't seen a double Mackinaw from Stormy Cromer. But I did see their regular Mackinaw, and I was not impressed. It was really thin and light. So I've been wanting a double Mackinaw coat. I've been wanting one for a while. And it's very hard to find anything off the shelf anywhere near me for some reason. And I'm not going to just throw $500 down or $300 or $500 down and not really know what I'm getting. See, this is the reason why we got to save brick and mortar stores, guys. We want to be able to walk in and look at it for ourselves, not just click buy me now, okay? Yeah, because that's not good. That puts regular people out of business, and you know, you don't want that. You want brick and mortar stores. I'm not gonna start off on that tangent. It's a pet peeve of mine. But I have a Woolrich Mackinaw coat. They used to call these coats, they used to call them timber cruiser coats. Some people call them hunting coats. You know, Woolrich and Filson and Stormy Cromer. Now, I don't know about Stormy Cromer. I don't know how long they've been making Mackinaw coats. I know the company's been around a long time making hats, but I don't know how long they've been making Mackinaw coats. But Filson has been around a long time making Mackinaw coats, and so has Woolrich. And Woolrich is a very overlooked product, which is a mistake. It's a big mistake because they have made some very heavy Mackinaw coats, and I have one. Okay, mine is about 90 years old, but it's not a double; it's a single. So I thought, well, I like that cape thing on these doubles, so that's why I've been looking and looking and looking. I can't find anything, and well, so I'm probably just going to make a cape set up for my Mackinaw coat. And it's funny because I just thought of it about a week ago, because I have some old Woolrich trousers that I bought secondhand in a thrift store about 3 years ago. I just bought them because they were in such good condition, and I knew that they wouldn't fit me. But I thought, that's heavy wool, and that needs to be saved for something. I didn't know what I was saving it for. It's from the 1960s. Now, my coat is from the late 30s, okay? And, but anyway, those Woolrich wool trousers, I thought, I'm going to save them. So I got an idea about a week ago to go ahead and use the trouser legs for a double arm on my Mackinaw coat. To be honest with you, I don't even really need it, okay? And then I'll have to build the cape to go with it, and while I'm at it, I might even build a hood. But that's going to take some doing, because I've never built a hood or a cape before. But where there's a will, there's a way, right? So, yeah, we're almost out of time already. So what I'm going to do is, in the next video, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put on a layer. Yeah, I know, I'm already sweating. Or I'm already like on the verge of sweating. I could feel the vapor leaving my body now and transferring through my underwear. Okay, so in the next video in the beginning, we'll pick up where we left off here. Alright? I'll put on the wool sweater, sweater jumper, right? Okay, I'll put that on, and then I'll go ahead and I'll put on my Mackinaw coat, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Oh, incidentally, if any of you guys start looking for Woolrich products after you've seen this video, you can date them by the label. All the old ones, 1960 and previous, you can pretty much date them by the labels. Alright? Okay, I'll come back at you in the next video. See you there.